Yeah. Right, are we right to go? Well, Alex, when you played your first game with Carlton, what were your ambitions at that stage?
Well, my ambitions at that stage were not very great. Really, I probably got a little bit more ambitious as the years have gone on. But at that stage, I was a little bit dubious whether I'd be making the side, whether I'd get into the side, whether I'd be a regular player. And all I said, I'd give it a go, and if I didn't make it, well, I didn't make it. But if I did, I'd stay. And as the years went on, then I started to get a little bit of ambitions, like to get 100 games, to get 200 games, to play in premiership sides and that kind of stuff.
Well, what do you remember about your first game?
I remember the crowd. It was my biggest impression that I got from the crowd, was the big crowd. And there's only 25,000 people there, and we played Fitzroy. And when I ran out in the ground, I could hear this noise in my ears. And it was, all I was used to in Canberra was a toot of a car horn. And here it was unbelievable, and that kept with me until the following Thursday. It was just that noise.
Well, you migrated from the Ukraine with your parents. You lived in Canberra. You played soccer and rugby before choosing Australian rules. What prompted you to take up Australian rules?
Mainly my friends, Clark. I was playing soccer and rugby with the school, and my friends around where I lived in the suburb, well, they started playing Australian rules, and at that stage I said, oh, well, I might as well go with them rather than playing soccer with rugby with the school. I played with my friends, and I've enjoyed it, and I haven't looked back since then.
Well, what were the circumstances leading up to you joining Carlton?
Well, I had offers from other clubs, and to get to Carlton, I spoke to my wife's uncle, and he was the president of the Canberra Australian National Football League, and we went through all the sides that were here, and he suggested that I come to Carlton because they had no forwards. They had a good back line, centre line, and they had no forwards, and for me to step into the side and get a chance, he said, go to Carlton. And that's why I came to Carlton.
Who's been the biggest influence on you in your career?
Undoubtedly Ron Barassi. When he first came, I didn't know what struck me, really. He was such a... Well, he wasn't a hard man. He was... Well, he just wanted things done, and he wanted them done his way. And, I'd run through a brick wall for Barassi, and I know I was learning, and the only way I got to learn was to just do as you're told.
Have you adopted some of the Barassi coaching principles?
Well, most assuredly I have. He has left a big impression on me, and most of his things that he said before, I still get them out there on the field to do. Plus a few of my own, plus a few of Big Nick's, and Ian Thorogood's, and Ian Stewart's, and Kennedy's, John Kennedy's, and a bit of Tommy Hafey. So I've learned from them all. Plus I get a bit of my own.
What's been your biggest thrill in football?
The 3 grand finals that we've played in. That's the pinnacle. That's the ultimate. Is the grand finals, and the biggest disappointment has been the losing grand final. So really, people don't understand how you feel when you do finally achieve something, and when you've gone through all the sweat and the pain during the summer months and all through the year, and then you come to one final game, and when you win it, you expect to be that elated, but that elation doesn't come till later on. On that particular day, you've drained all your energy, and you feel flat after the grand final, and then as the weeks go on, you kind of get more and more elated.
Well, you must have some unfulfilled ambitions.
Well, I would like to play 300 games, Clark. I'd like to coach a premiership side. They're the immediate ones.
Well, has football changed much since you started playing?
Yes, it's become quicker, much quicker. That's about all, I'd say. The swiftness of movement of the ball, plus the guys, the players today, have to be quick with the feet. Otherwise, they'll run around you. If you're slow, they will run around you.
Well, have you still got the spring in your step to take those spectacular marks that we know that you can take? Do you feel that you're slowing down at all, or can you still get up for those big ones?
I haven't been up for those big ones for a long, long time. If they're there, I'll go for them, but I've changed my game a little bit more. I'm a defender now, and I virtually punch. I get in front and try to get the front position rather than take the big high screamer. I know I like to try them still, but they don't come off too often, so I'll leave that to the young guys with the big springs.